Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Nisha, aka Ms.Metayer. It is a French last name, so let's try to pronounce it right, Metayer. Anyways, I'm bringing content to YouTube that is based on life-changing tips that I'm using and I'm learning to achieve and become successful in this life. I post every Monday, so if you're interested, please subscribe. I would love for you to join the family. Yeah, I go. Here I am. Who I am. I'm there. Today's video is about 3 habits that bring quality peace into my life. Now that means the absence of frustration, being able to get quality sleep at night or in the morning if you work overnight. Whenever you attempt to sleep, you're not restless and you get a quality amount of hours in. Also, peace to me means being slow to anger and being able to manage your emotions throughout the day, no matter what happens. Now, this is not a band-aid to therapy, and in no way, shape, or form am I a therapist, but I am a real life human and I apply these 3 habits. So let's get into it. So habit number 1 is peace has to be intentional. You have to intentionally seek peace daily. Now, I know a lot of people have heard that saying, you seek and you shall find. If you wake up to seek peace throughout the day, 9 times out of 10, you're going to acquire that. And that is just to say that it takes some work, which is your attention to it. And a lot of people don't want to put that work in, and that's why they are less peaceful than others. Accepting peace requires some work and intention. Now you want to figure out, where do you want that peace at? With me, I start internally. Like, I start with my environment at home, my bedroom. Like, I'm lighting candles. I am waking up away from my phone. Probably I will see what notifications are there just in case a family emergency has happened, but I'm starting with prayer as well. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to be intentional, I'm going to start this day off with peace. So if that's a tip as well, try to start the day off peacefully. I know that once you jump in your car, there's always some angry driver on the road when you're on your way and something that's going to try to throw you off and distract you and get you pissed off. Woosah, my friend, because we don't make good decisions when we're mad. When you're hasty, you don't make good decisions. But for real, when you are intentionally being peaceful, disruption is going to come. It happens every day. Probably before you even get out your house, your kids or your spouse is going to disrupt you with something, or the world. My best suggestion is to process that as healthy as possible. If you need to say something, say it with your words. Don't say it with, just like, just be descriptive of what's bothering you if you can. I know this sounds so healthy. You're like, bro, you just think it's that easy. It is that easy. Now, if the other person is not receptive to what you're saying, or you feel like you're not being heard, now that is all on them. Some things you just really can't control, but you can control the things that come out of your mouth and your mind and how you express yourself. That is your job, and your job is not to control how the other person receives it. Now, be intentional about your peace. Stand your ground with it. Is really what I'm saying. Habit number 2 that's helped me with peace is walking in my truth. Yes, walk in your truth. This does not mean to rudely express yourself to the world how you really feel about them, or that boss that nags you how you really feel about them. No. When I say walk in your truth, I mean in the decisions that you're making. Are you being truthful to yourself, for your values, or the people around you? Are you being truthful about how you feel in a respectful manner? I've heard this saying that truth should come with love. If it doesn't come with love, it is not going to be received right. And it won't. It just won't. Like, some people are like, oh, I just had to be real. I just had to tell them the truth. Baby, you're being harsh. You're being heartless. You gave the truth with no protection at all. Like, you just went with a chopper and let it all out. Walking in your truth requires you to set boundaries with yourself and with others. This can be hard because boundaries are not easy to put into place. More so, being able to voice your opinion in a healthy way. And that's not to be very opinion like, oh, I don't like that dress you wore. That has nothing to do with you, what somebody dressed or what they're wearing. Like, unless that's your wife and it's a short dress and they booty cheeks hanging out. But it's more so like, hey, I don't like when you talk to me this way. That's walking in your truth. You're stating how you feel. Or I usually don't like sugar in my coffee. If, next time I'll take a cup with no sugar, please. That, I feel like just starting out simply with stuff like that will gradually get you to the big things where you can speak on your truth of how you're feeling and what you want. Practice makes perfect. Habit number three. I submit my heavy burdens to God. Oh, that's so cliche. What you mean, submit your burdens to God? Try it. Now, no, seriously, disruption, most of the time we're looking for answers, want answers. So God is the best one to seek. He's all knowing and he brings peace, fullness, and joy. So why not speak to Father God and be like, okay, God, I don't know what to do in this situation. Like, I need answers. Now, after you speak to God, you have already taken care of part one of the burdens. Like, you have dropped it off to the Lord. Now, it's up to you to carry out how you receive the answers. Sometimes you got to be still to receive the answers and not be hasty, and that requires practice. I practice that a lot because a lot of people are like, bro, like, how do you keep yourself so like peaceful, like, and happy and jittery? These are the habits that I use. I go to God. I am always seeking peace intentionally. I walk in my truth because it'll eat you up if you don't walk in your truth. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, but I do want to start something new. In the comments, I want to know something that you would like more peace in your life. Which part of your life would you like to have more peace at if you don't have it? So I can't wait to hear from you and see you guys next Monday. It's all love every time you come on this channel. I'm out.